Week 4, question 4 has two parts to it essentially. First, we need to sketch out our manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer chain here so that we can work our way backwards and calculate the manufacturer or Lily's unit margin to be able to calculate our break even. So let's start with the information that we know here. So we know that Lily thinks that Prevera should sell at $19.99 retail, which means that that's what you and I would pay as the end consumer. So that's the retailer's selling price is $99.99. We know that retailers customarily expect a margin percentage of 40%, so we'll just jot that down there. And wholesalers expect a 20% margin. We know that Prevera's variable costs are $31.50. And there we've got our fixed costs and our anticipated sales volume. That's going to come in later in the next slide as we calculate our break even. Okay, so ultimately what we're worried about here is calculating, okay, what is Lily Peters, the manufacturer? Again, Lily is the manufacturer. What is her unit margin? We need that information. Okay, so here we go. If the retailer has a selling price of $99.99 and a 40% margin, then this box here is $99.99 times 40%, because you know your margin is unit margin divided by selling price. So in this case, our unit margin then becomes $40. Working our way back up, our variable costs must be $59.99. Well, you know that the retailer's variable costs are always the guy in the chain before them. It's their selling price. So with a wholesaler selling price of $59.99, we know that they take a 20% margin. So 20% of $59.99 is $12. Working your way back up then, for the math to work, variable costs at the wholesaler level have to be $47.99. We transfer those over. The variable costs of the wholesaler are the selling price of the manufacturer. So Lily's selling price must be $47.99, leaving her with a unit margin of $16.49. Okay, $16.49 is our unit margin for the manufacturer. Hold that number. We're going to flip to the next slide. Okay, let's jot down our unit margin from the previous slide in dollars for Lily is $16.49. Okay, we know she thinks she's going to sell 5,000 units. We're wondering whether at this unit margin and this incremental fixed cost, will we make a profit? Well, what we do is we calculate our total contribution by taking $16.49 per unit times 5,000 units, for a total contribution of $82,450. From your total contribution, you subtract your fixed costs of $80,000, and what you're left with is your profit. So in this case, our profit would be $2,450. So what's the answer to the question? Yes, we do make a profit. If this was a negative number, the answer would have been no, we do not make a profit. But in this case, we're making profit of $2,450 as long as we do indeed sell those 5,000 units.